using the Atlantic, not the Mediterranean. I mean, look, let me ask you a question this way. What is Italy famous for today? What products do they sell in the global market today?
Olive oil, wine.
Yeah, but it's Gucci, isn't it? Gucci and all that stuff. High-end, customized fashion stuff. Why is that? It's because the trade in basic nuts and bolts stuff shifted from the Mediterranean to the Atlantic and later on to the Pacific. And it wasn't done by Italians. It was done by the Dutch, and then by the British, and by the Americans, carrying all that heavy stuff around the world. So the Italians had to adjust. And one of the ways they adjusted was they went into this high-end fashion stuff. Definitely. See, there's more to the story than that. For sure. You have in Northern Europe, you have a Reformation. You have countries such as the Netherlands, where it didn't matter in the 17th century what religion you followed. Going back to what happened in Spain, it didn't matter. As long as you were bright and you could make a contribution, you were welcome in Amsterdam. So had all kinds of cross-fertilization of ideas, and it was the Dutch who really established ocean empires long before the British. And who established South Africa? It was the Dutch.
New York.
And New Amsterdam, New York. And Curacao. And so on and so on. And then the British took it away from them. Because the British the British royal family and then the Parliament later on, after 1689, put the money into the British Royal Navy. And it's the British Royal Navy that made Britain what it was, to a large extent. Because they controlled the oceans. And they had, and coming back to the Reformation, you had a British Royal Society dealing with mathematicians and scientists in London in the 17th and 18th century, who were encouraged and funded by the British government to come up with all kinds of new inventions that could be used on the ocean and on land to do work more efficiently. And there was absolutely no impediments from religion whatsoever. The government supported it, Royal Society, boom. Contrast that with Copernicus earlier, who had the notion that the sun is at the center of the universe, someplace in what's today called Poland, and it was so dangerous to write that he had it published after he died. Right? So just make that contrast. I'll finish on this. One day I got lost in Utica, New York, up there in the Mohawk Valley. And okay, but I don't mind getting lost. I was driving around, and I came to this little square. And it was one of those historic signs, like the New York Blue historic signs. So I can't resist those, so I got out, and I walked over, and here's a name that looks like Nicholas Copernicus, but it's in Polish. I said, okay, interesting. Must have been a Polish neighborhood at one time. And it says, Nicholas Copernicus. He stopped the sun, and he put the earth in motion. That just blew me away. That blew me away. So it's been my pleasure, folks.
Thank you.